get Jeff. Go.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Talk of the Town. I will be your host for the evening. Karen's out in the booth. Karen is home right now. I'd like to thank our fabulous sponsors tonight. We have Cape Auto Body. We have Wrestling Brewster, Brewster PC Solutions, and One Stop Painting. With me tonight, we have Scott Hokinson on my far right, and we have Bill Reed in the middle. And tonight's topic, we're going to talk about BNI. BNI is Business Networking International, and is a networking group that we all belong to. Some people think of it as a cult. We don't feel it as much of a cult, but some people can become very cult-like in it. Can I say that? I can say that, yeah. So, you know, like we joke around and we say don't drink too much of the Kool-Aid, because if you drink too much of the Kool-Aid, you get a little crazy. And the BNI directors might be frowning upon me speaking so openly right now, but BNI is a really good business networking group. And what it does is it helps us refer work to one another. And in turn, it helps us service our customers better as well. If I show up at a customer's house and their kitchen doors are hanging off, well, it's hard to find a kitchen guy when you just snap your fingers like that, but I can call up Bill, because Bill happens to be a fabulous kitchen installer. We're going to talk all about him in a moment. And there it is. Bill has an inside call, and he knows to jump on it, because if he doesn't, I won't call him again. So that's kind of BNI. We're going to really talk more about BNI. Scott was the prior past president of the group that I'm currently in right now, the East Coast Connectors. It's a fabulous group, and I've been working with these guys for quite a while. So, with no further ado, let's take the camera away from me, and let's go right over to Scott Hokinson. And Scott Hokinson was the prior president of the BNI group. And Scott, what's the name of your business?
The name of my business is Brabo Benefits. I help companies with health insurance, and I've been part of BNI for 3 years now. Was lucky enough to be the president of East Coast Connectors, a group that meets on Wednesday mornings at the Hampton Inn right here in Plymouth. And what I love about BNI, there's about 150 of us that belong to BNI in Plymouth alone. There's 4 groups in Plymouth, about 150 people. Actually, I include the Kingston group in that as well. It's about 150 professionals. And what makes BNI unique is we have all committed to each other. There's 150 professionals in the town of Plymouth and Kingston that are committed to meet every week and discuss what our businesses need. The most important thing that we need, is to make sure that we're taking care of our customers. And the customers that rely on us rely on me, not only for health insurance, but there are times that they ask me for help with property casualty insurance. They might ask me for an accountant. They might ask me for an attorney. And I know that every Wednesday morning at 7:30 at the Hampton Inn, I'm meeting with 29 of my other fellow professionals. And what's really unique about BNI is you might have 30 people belong to a certain group, but there might be 5 people that I want to concentrate on the most. Like Kevin Hennessy from ADP happens to be a member of our group, does great payroll work for a lot of my clients. But he also has all the resources of ADP, which include a lot of research, a lot of technology, and he's really smart when it comes to what the same person that I'm dealing with, an HR person or a professional or a business owner, needs to know. So he and I get together every Wednesday morning. We can talk about what are issues that our clients have.
And we refer to that as a business sphere. So that's your particular business sphere.
Correct. Yeah. So I would say in my group, once again, we have a trade sphere, we have attorneys, but for me, I get to meet with Kevin Hennessy from ADP. I get to meet with Steve Murphy from Hannon & Murphy Insurance. I get to meet with Jared Minsky from Minsky Financial. These are guys that my clients need access to. And when I refer them business or they refer me business, what is very unique about BNI, and the reason why I pay money to join BNI and why I commit to be there every Wednesday, is both they and I both know that I'm going to see them next Wednesday morning. And I tell you, that is the one thing that really makes our group very unique. And I love being part of the chamber. I'm a very active member of the chamber. I'm an active member of many, Rotary. Jeff and I are both Rotarians. Love that as well. BNI is dedicated towards business relationships and a weekly accountability to each other. And I love the sphere that I'm in, the East Coast Connectors. But I'm sorry to say we're probably the second most successful sphere in our group. The most successful sphere probably has to be the trade sphere that both you and Bill belong to.
We do have a very strong trade sphere.
Yes, we do.
So we have a lot of room for growth in our group. BNI, like anything, we're only as good as our members, and we're constantly looking for good members. Are all the other groups in Plymouth? For instance, there was no opening for a painter. Painters go quickly. Mortgage guys go quickly. Real estate agents go quickly. At which point you have to think, where am I going to go? You can go to another town, or years ago I started the Pine Hills BNI group because every other group in town had a painter, so the only way I could get into a BNI group was to start my own group, which we did, and we had a fabulous group. And they're still meeting. They're still meeting up there. Who do we have? We have.
So in Plymouth, we have the Old Colony. Actually, that's in Kingston. Kingston at the Beale House. They meet at Thursdays at 7:30 in the morning. BNI Plymouth meets at 7 a.m. in North Plymouth. The Pine Hills groups meets on Thursdays again. I'm sorry, they're Tuesdays.
They're Tuesdays. Same days.
And then the Business Generators meet at the Chamber of Commerce. They meet every Tuesday morning again at the Chamber of Commerce. And actually, the Chamber of Commerce is actually a member of that BNI group, which is interesting.
3 Tuesday morning groups, I believe?
There's 3 Tuesday,
one
Thursday,
Wednesday, and a Thursday.
Yeah, we're Wednesday.
Yeah, so, if you're a small business and you're looking to expand your business and to grow it and to meet other people, you can certainly apply to one of the BNI groups. Perhaps a particular day works better for you. You might not be able to make Tuesdays, but you can do Wednesdays, you can do Thursdays. So you've got choices in the area. If you're a florist, you might not be able to get into a group. We might have a florist, which we don't, so if you're a florist watching us, by all means, do call us.
We'd love to have a florist.
We'd love to. No, we don't have landscape. We have Tomasi.
We have Tomasi's both. Yeah, I forgot.
But what you do is you can call up. You can go onto BNI RI, which is the main website. We're owned by. We're part of a franchise owned in Rhode Island, and they encompass the entire area. And you can go and look to see which group has an opening for you, or you can call myself, or you can call Scott Hogan, or you can call Bill, and we'll make sure that you know how to get in touch with all of us. And if we already have your spot filled in our group, we're going to pass you along to the next good group. Right. And the thing about joining a BNI group is you get to know people. And I've been in business 30 years almost, and when I'm passing out referrals, I'm not going to hand you just anybody, because it's a reflection upon me as well, and it's a reflection upon all of us.
Yes.
So, you have to pass certain code of ethics to get into the group. You're held to certain accountabilities, and not just anybody's going to walk in and join a BNI group. You have to be an established business. You have to be able to bring something to the table, and we have to be comfortable referring you. If we can't refer you, you can't enter the group. So you have to be a very good quality referable business just to get your foot into the door. So we've talked a little bit about Scott. Let's get into Bill. Bill Reed owns a local cabinet company, and how long is this is your second generation now?
Second generation was my father's company before.
And what year did he start it?
And he started in 1981.
Yeah, so a long
and
time.
I started in 1981 with him. I was 11 years old. I was 11 years old, a little guy. I got my first cut right there.
Wow.
Right there on my palm.
And it's changed over the years.
Yes, we have. I changed the name to Dream Kitchens and More and branded it more of a kitchen and bathroom cabinetry design center. I mean, we have 9 cabinet lines, and we can offer everything from an affordable line to a very custom handmade line. So we do everything, and the design is me and my partner, I would say, design consultant, Sean Turney, and both of us have been in it I've been in it since I was 11. Sean's been in it for 15 years. So we're very, very knowledgeable. And what I like about BNI, to get back onto BNI, is the idea is the code of ethics. I think that's very strong, and that's something that we have to really emphasize on. If you can really refer somebody in the BNI and know that the job is going to be done right, because they don't want to be kicked out of BNI, and they will be kicked out of BNI. If they're not done right, if there's a complaint and they do not solve that complaint, they will be kicked out of BNI. And there's no way that anybody in our group, I know that, and any of these other groups, that can afford to lose the tens and thousands of dollars of referrals that you get in a year. And you don't get $500 worth of referrals. No, you get tens and thousands of dollars worth of referrals. Sure. Jeff and I don't even know how much the amount of tens and thousands of dollars that we do back and forth in referrals is amazing. I mean, that's why we have high numbers in our group.
Yeah, we do have some good numbers in the group, and it's referral driven. And 30 years ago when I first started the business, I started my advertising campaign, aside from the fact that I had a big mouth and I was very social, I would talk to everybody, and people got to know me and they would refer me. The Old Colony Memorial was my only form of advertising for the first few years, and it was just me working back then. And fast forward to the current time, newspaper advertising, I want to say it's taken the back seat, as has the phone book, and that to me, that bothers me, honestly. I have big issues with that, because I used to look forward to my ads coming out in the paper. I used to love when the new phone books would come out, and I still do advertising in the phone book, and I still will put ads in the paper occasionally. it's a shame that people don't go home and pick up the phone book and read the newspapers anymore. But times are changing, and we're all changing with it. And the old colony has also picked up their online advertising as well.
Yes.
So with that said, everything we do is referral driven. Bad news travels fast with the internet and testimonials and people going online and doing reviews. Things change in the drop of a moment.
Right, but that's another thing that BNI gives you. BNI has a web-based feature
accountability.
to it. Yeah, and there's a piece of BNI that a lot of members take advantage of, in the fact that you can get your business listed as, in Plymouth. If you're another BNI member that's not in Plymouth and you're looking for help for one of your clients in Plymouth, and you search health insurance, my name's going to come up. So for me, if I have a client in Hopedale, Mass. that's looking for an accountant, my Mike Hargrave in our Plymouth office, it might not be efficient for him to travel to Hopedale to service a small business. So I can look up the BNI members in that area, look up for an accountant, find an accountant that specializes in small business, call them up, mention that I'm a member of BNI, and they'll know that they're accountable to me as well. Right. So the reach that we have, and the fact that I know that there are 30 members that have confidence in that accountant, there are 30 out of the professionals that might be in that area that have confidence in that accountant, is a filter that I can use so I can give a better referral. And once again, when I call that client up and I say, listen, here's somebody that's part of the same group that I'm part of. They've committed to be a professional and meet every week. It shows low level of professionalism that other people don't have.
Absolutely.
And I tell you, I started, 20 years I've been doing health insurance, and I sold my first agency in 2007 and started my own again in 2013. And I started from scratch. And the first thing I did was pay my BNI dues. And I can tell you without equivocation, the business I've gotten since 2013, a majority of it I can contribute to not only our chapter at BNI, but another feature that we have is there's other members that you can become a guest of, you can substitute for somebody else. And just last Tuesday, Bob Burr, a general contractor in our group, and I were guests of the Hingham chapter that just decided to rent out the Quarry restaurant. And we all got together for drinks on a Tuesday afternoon. And it was great. We both walked out of there with some new business.
Do we have a phone call? Yes? Oh, I believe we have a phone call.
Okay, great.
I think that's what that pounding on the window was. Ken, if we have a phone call, why don't you throw it on through?
Hey, I got to tell you guys, you look good in blue.
Wrestling. Hi, Wrestling. How you doing?
Is that you, Wrestling?
This is one of our sponsors.
Is that Brewster PC Solutions on the phone?
I think it is.
Yes, it is, but you guys look like blueberries.
Blueberries. Well, that's what they said. There was something wrong with the screen.
Oh, Comcast. It was a
Hey, what color is this mug I'm holding up?
Hey, you notice, Brewster?
That's as purple as it gets right there. See, look, it even says purple with a purpose, not a porpoise, a purpose. That is a purposeful Dunkin' Donuts purple. Are you getting that?
Why aren't you
the
here,
only
Brewster?
thing we're missing is
You're supposed
Reebok
to be
and Def
here
Leppard
today.
on that bad boy.
You're supposed to be here tonight.
Great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wish you were here.
So wrestling is on the phone with us right now, and Wrestling is also a member of our group, and Wrestling is our IT guy. So if there's a problem with my computer, if I have a virus, or if I need something networked, then I pick up the phone and go, hey, Wrestling, come on down and take a look at this. Or if one of my friends has a problem, or anybody needs anything, Wrestling's very accessible, and he's a very good computer guy.
And Wrestling helped out me on my computer problem.
Wrestling, you can hear me right now, right?
That's right, yeah.
Okay. And I'm assuming you can be heard on TV as well. Why don't you tell us the story about your father and how you got into working on computers in the first place? I love this story.
You don't have enough time for that story, Jeff. You've heard that 17
I have, but the people out there haven't. Well, Wrestling got into computers to help his father originally, because his father, and I won't name the store that his father went to, but his father went to a very large chain store around here, and he had them do some work in the computer.
It wasn't the best buy.
No, it certainly wasn't. I wasn't sure how far I should go in that direction. I'm going to avoid that one. But no, it wasn't a good buy for him at all. And with that said, his computer came back all jacked up, so you decided you were going to educate yourself on computers, and you schooled yourself and took classes, and here you are.
That's right.
Yep, and it's interesting.
It's not like painting, but it's pretty technical.
No, but it's interesting to hear how people, another thing in BNI is we get to know each other. We're not just referring to the guy because he does it for a living. I mean, it's so much better than that. Like, we get to know people intimately in BNI. And when I say intimately, I don't mean like intimately, but
one-to-ones.
We have what's called one-on-ones. We'll talk to each other. We'll find out how, what makes him tick, what he likes, what his passions are. And over time, you'll find out who's passionate about their business and who shouldn't be doing their business. And there are people who shouldn't be doing their business, and fortunately we don't have them in BNI. We only have people that are passionate and very good at what they do.
But that's another good point. One of the things, once again, BNI, we meet every Wednesday, but another requirement of membership is that you take the time to meet everybody else outside of those regular meetings, and something we call one-to-ones. And these can be done, one-to-one, or maybe bring 3 people together. These are typically done in other networking times, whether early morning or later in the afternoon. And these are times where you ask.
So 3-to-1?
Absolutely.
This is a 3-to-1, so we're going to actually get what we call CEU credits
purple?
for this, man.
Is that purple or blue? What color is that on TV at home?
All right, guys.
Is it blue?
I'm signing off. You're having too much
Well, thank you for not joining us, Wrestling.
You have a fabulous evening there, Wrestling.
Wrestling handles all of Brabo Benefits computer needs.
Yes.
And the Sunshine
As well as
Storehouse
Dream
as well.
Kitchens and more.
So if anybody else would like to call in, the phone number to call in tonight is 508-830-3971. And if you are a small business and you're looking to find out more about BNI, I would encourage you to either call in or call one of us afterwards. My company's One Stop Painting, you have Brabo Benefits, and you have Dream Kitchens and more. And if we don't have room in our group for you, there are some phenomenal groups in the area.
But education of BNI.
In BNI, we have the creed in BNI is givers gain. And the more I help you, the more you help me. So yes, we want our chapter to be strong and good and help all of us, but at the same time, we want the other chapters to be just as strong and just as good. So if we don't have an opening for a carpenter, but we know the group down the road has a need for a carpenter and a really good guy comes in, we're going to say, hey, you know what? You need to call Kevin Gallerani or Dave Gallerani and get into their group. And we're going to send them over to them or to one of the other groups. I don't know who's running Kingston right now. Plymouth is William Wallace, I believe. He's in charge in the Pine Hills group. And because the stronger the other groups are, the stronger we all are. And for instance, a florist might walk into one of them and they could have a florist already, but they're going to go, hey, that group sent us a carpenter the other day. Let's give them a call. You should go join that group over there. They don't have a florist in their group. So by helping each other, it's givers gain, and that's how we all gain from that. Am I making sense?
No, absolutely. And if I can bring up the fact that there are many industries that the BNI model works for, and the BNI model for our group, I can just list some of the professions that are in our group right now. We have a real estate agent, we have a general contractor, a social media marketing, a chiropractor. Credit card merchant service has been great. This is a new member that has started in the past 6 months, and I think he's done very well. Payroll, health insurance, kitchen designs. One gentleman that came into the group, and what an artisan. This is a guy who joined us in the past year, and when he joined, I'm like, boy, is he really going to get a lot of business? And he has been killing it. And I tell you, his stories, I think, are some of the most entertaining, because every week we get up and tell a quick story about our business for the past week. But Matt Micko from Micko's Tree Service. I mean, really, this guy, he loves trees more than anybody on the planet, and he can tell you about the way that he can save trees, both from knocking down or putting damage onto other people's property. He's described himself as a professional tree climber. So if you're in a business right now and you think that BNI might not work for you, I can tell you we have a professional tree climber that is crushing it right now at the East Coast Connectors.
You just don't know.
We need to talk about the education too, and how we can help them network, teach them how to network, because not everybody can network. I mean, you can see some of the people. We have 60 seconds that we actually tell our people what we want, what we're looking for new business, what our business is all about, and those 60 seconds is educating everybody that's in the group, but also reminding them, but also educating the guests too. But we actually have people that are mentors. We have people that can help you do those 60 seconds better, can help you learn how to network. And I was a mentor in past 2 years in some of the groups, and I've helped a couple of people. And it's funny, the story actually, if you guys might not know, but Brian Graham, when I used to be a member of the Plymouth Chamber, and I was on a various membership committee. I was on what they called, wasn't mentorship, it was called, not the leadership too, I actually forget the exact name, but my job was to take the new guys that came into the chamber and to teach them how to network. And Brian Graham was one of my people. And I taught him how to network. I told him, I said, you should do this, this, and this. And Brian Graham was the creator of our BNI group.
Right.
So it's pretty interesting. It was cool. And it's just, there's people like me, there's Scott, Jeff. I mean, Jeff is the super networker of the world. I mean, there's no one, I
fought very hard to join the East Coast Connectors.
Yeah. So that's the thing that people get afraid of, though, in joining these type of groups. They get afraid of speaking in front of people. They get afraid of trying to learn how to network. They're afraid of that. So that's something that I feel our group is really good about helping people, because we
BNI in general, though. But BNI
in general is very good. But I think we have a strong group that helps people learn.
We do.
Network. But BNI in general will help you too.
We have a comfortable group, so people feel at ease, and they're easy to stand up and talk about what they do, and their passion shows through, like Joe. I've never seen anybody so passionate about
Joe's awesome.
UPS before.
This is Joe Marquis from the UPS store.
UPS store. He's very, very passionate about the UPS
passionate
store.
would actually be an understatement.
But looking how people, have you seen some of the people grow? And how they talk.
In Pine Hills, when we started the Pine Hills chapter, Fong Chi Lee, who was a Tai Chi instructor, she was very shy about standing up and talking to people because she still was learning English. And if you go in the group now and you listen to her talk, that woman is just a dynamo. She is just like that, and she is so passionate, and she's so energetic. And when she first came into the group, she was so quiet and timid and just, so BNI will teach you how to become a better
through
public speaker.
Through their education, and they got their own little, which I keep on getting the email about,
and if you
doing some schooling, the BNI schooling.
The BNI schools.
Yep.
But
BNI
if you show up,
schools.
this helps out with everything in life. BNI will help you network at chamber events. Chamber events can be very cliquey. If you don't already have your little group of people that you know, sometimes it's not so easy, but BNI will actually teach you to welcome people, make sure they're comfortable, get them into your group, open up a conversation. So when you go to a chamber event, if you're still learning and learning how to spread your wings and talk to people, it might be a new business, you're already going to have a few people that you can just walk over and be comfortable around automatically. So it gives you a comfort zone as you learn more about your business and business in general and how to interact. Pardon?
I met you at the chamber. That's how I met you.
Well, actually, why don't you tell your story about how you first met me when I came to look at your house to paint
that's
it?
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, have you heard this one?
I have not.
That's awesome.
This is good.
He came in these shorts, all right, and he has his muscular thighs and his muscle T-shirt, and I'm like, oh my God, because I was new to Plymouth. And I already had, and I was kind of, scared. I'm a Cohasset guy. I'm not a Plymouth guy. I'm like a little town. I don't know. So I had a guy before him that scared me. He was an excavator. That guy scared me. So Jeff comes in, and Jeff wasn't scary. He was just very friendly, but, he had his muscle T-shirt on. He had a shirt. Week later, I got
story long. Go ahead.
I got the most professional. I gotta say it one more time. Professional estimate, explaining to me about painting, how if you don't do it right, it's gonna peel, and this and that and that. And I'm looking at it, going, wow. And was I an idiot? Yeah, I was an idiot.
He hired somebody else.
I hired my customer's son's friend to do it, which was horrible. Yeah, horrible. And I saw Jeff 6 months later at the Plymouth Chamber. I told him the story, and I said, but tell you, from this day forward, though, we do all business back and forth. Learn a lesson.
You just never know. You just never know.
He's comfy, though, when he dresses, though. I like it, though.
I am. Like Popeye says, I am who I am. All right, so... Scott, you're also starting a new venture, if I remember hearing correctly.
Well, actually, it's funny. My wife and I have also gotten into the daycare business, actually, as of October 1st. So we now own Sunshine Schoolhouse down in Bourne. And once again, my primary job is Brabo Benefits and health insurance. But it was very unique with us starting this business. It kind of came on at a pretty rapid pace when this opportunity was presented to us, and we decided to move forward with it. But moving forward with it, out of BNI, I got our payroll done, our accounting done, our computers done. I'm having our plumber go down and fix a toilet, one of those little tiny the kids' toilets,
Oh,
and
yes.
even making them that small. Some of the kids' aim is not so good, so we got to replace the flooring and in that respect. And it's one of those things that if you're a new business in town and you don't know who to work with, or we have 4 or 3 BNI chapters right here in Plymouth and one in Kingston. You can go into any one of these. You'll probably recognize somebody from any of the networking that you'll do. And then you can know right away that there's a group there that's going to be accountable to you to make things happen. Right. There's a business in town. They do the driveways. Rafe Vega Construction.
Yes.
So Rafe Vega, really good guys. I think there are 5 of us in our group doing business with them now because Kevin Hennessy, our payroll guy, earned them as a client. And Ray kept coming to Kevin, do you know somebody to do this? You know somebody to do this? And I think 5 of us now are helping Ray and his employees as he's growing, because he's growing amazing and he's doing
friends
good
with
work.
Kelly, his sister. Yep.
Right, and they're doing great work and they're growing. And growth comes with new responsibility in today's world with taxes and compliance and recruiting talent and finding good people.
Let me tell you
even
how
then, finding good
incredible
people
they
in
were on the
BNI.
football field back in high school.
Okay.
Oh my God, those 2 were insane. We used to play ball like almost every weekend together. We'd all get together. I'm not talking about the high school team. I'm talking about everybody else that wasn't on the team or that already graduated. We'd all get together on weekends, and they were good. Yeah. They were real good. I love playing ball with them.
Yeah, and they got a good crew of guys that are doing good work, and they're getting a lot of business because they're doing good work. And I'm real proud of the fact that the East Coast Connectors has helped them get there. We've got a team of people that are helping them
And Kelly's a sweetheart, too.
be successful.
I try to get Kelly to come to
and
our
do what
BNI
they
too.
do. They do, paving and road work.
And they do landscaping, but they're a small part of that. It's more excavating.
It's more the excavating piece side of things, and they're doing a great job. And our group has helped them get there. And if I could talk just real quickly, Jeff, about some of the numbers, we all do this because we need to make a living, and I sell health insurance because I'm good at it. I love it, but I also need to get paid.
Good at it.
But I need to get paid at it. And what I've committed to BNI is to be there every week, and I'm a very busy person. I've got a lot going on, but every Wednesday in my calendar, I've blocked off from 7:30 to 9 o'clock as non-negotiable. I'm at the East Coast Connectors at the Hampton Inn on Wednesday mornings, and there's one simple reason why. We have 28 members right now, 25 members right now. The past year, we passed over $1.5 million worth of referrals to each other.
Wow.
In 1 year, from October 1st to September 30th. That means for every member of our group, we average $60,000 worth of business.
But technically, that was with less members. We've only come up to 29 in the last few months.
Yeah, I would say on average, it's got to be $100,000 a head.
Like 20,
It's really a number. And like I said, each group is different in how they manage this. And BNI, we've decided as a group that we don't micro assign industries. So I handle health insurance, and then Steve Murphy handles property casualty insurance. But we don't have somebody who does home insurance and then somebody who does auto insurance.
I hate that.
You know what I mean?
Commercial real estate, residential real estate.
So Adam
If
York
you're
is
the
our
realtor,
realtor.
you're the realtor.
Right. And we have 2 attorneys, but it's amazing how much business they refer business to each other. Pam Churchill
Some
does
categories can do that very well.
Yeah, so Pam Churchill concentrates more on divorce and personal injury, where John Widdowson does the trust work and the real estate work. And the 2 of them have a lot of business going back and forth between each other, which is interesting. You'd think they'd be competitors, but you find out that they actually work very well together. And for our region, so Jeff had mentioned before, BNIRI, which is our website, bniri.com. You can go on there, you can find a chapter to join. Our members, we had 35,000 referrals that produced over $57 million in business in our region.
Wow.
So that averaged about $1,600 a referral. So every referral that you receive every week, whether you receive it through the internet or through a pink slip that we hand you, you actually got $1,600.
So how much is the cost again per year?
About $500, $600.
$1,600 each referral.
And it's nothing more than advertising.
$1.5 million.
It's a $500 advertising budget. Right. That's how you look
per
at
year,
it.
Though. So
per
$50 a month. What advertising can you do for $50 a month and get tens and thousands of dollars worth of business back?
Internet.
Yeah. And I'm telling you,
actually, that's less money. But
I'm trying to give a
you
positive.
asked. But you can't do one without the other. You have to
No,
be
you can't.
everywhere.
No,
In this day and age,
no.
if you want to grow your business,
gotta
BNI is
be
a phenomenal
anywhere.
place
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah.
And BNI has their own website and their own marketing. And when we're in our groups, we can talk about our network and our marketing and our websites and whatnot. So
Personal profile on BNRI Connect too is very important too, to make that really, really good, so that again, when someone's looking for a professional and they're in Hanover, Nowell, or in the Westford, wherever,
So
they can
bas-
actually go on that and they can find one.
So the purpose and overview of BNI, what would you describe the purpose of BNI? And
That was what I had to do today, and I actually already forgot what I said. I forgot. What's that? The purpose and overview I said today. I said the purpose and overview for me was for basically advertising and how much I get from it, and that I have grown my business so much, and that is going to those Wednesdays meetings are very important to me.
Yeah,
because if I don't,
the purpose of BNI is to get to know each other in a more intimate setting. It's not like a chamber of
No
commerce.
trust.
Well,
No
you will.
trust. Yep.
It's not like placing it in the newspaper or going online. It's where we're building relationships, we're building trust, and we're helping everybody in the group get to know each other on a much more intimate level, so that we can refer with confidence.
Right.
So basically,
I think it's about building trusted advisors to help your clients, trusted advisors to help your business, and hopefully trusted referral sources that can hopefully bring business to you. And really the big thing there is trust, and it takes time. And I tell you,
trust,
one
trust.
thing
it takes
that
a year,
people,
6 months to a year to
really
really
does.
get it. It does,
You know.
and people get frustrated with the BNI, like, oh, I was in it for 6 months, I got nothing. You got to be in it for a year. Got to be in it for a year. You got to be in it for. You could be in it for 3 months. It depends on what your sphere is, But I think after 6 months to a year.
well, it's like anything. It's
you're gonna do
repetition.
very well. Repetition, exactly.
You have to talk.
Repetition. You're
You
right.
have to get to know people. The quicker it can be done in a week. You can walk into
That's
a group
true.
as a visitor and walk out of there with a total home run. I've seen visitors walk out with $10,000 referrals. So you don't have to be a member
I
of
have
the group.
the best example of that, which we all experienced this last winter. What I think in January of 2015, we had a public adjuster join our group. Then the snow came.
Oh, he's so busy. Yeah.
That's right.
Then he had to leave the group.
That's right. He had to
Yeah.
leave the group because he was obviously overwhelmed by
We
the
still
snow.
do business back and
Yeah,
forth,
yeah.
though. I mean, Petrocelli adjusters, I do at least a referral a month to them. So
No, my friend Liam joined my Pine Hills chapter, and he ended up having to leave the chapter because he got too busy and couldn't handle it. Donna Madonia, the trainer that we had in the group, she got so busy, and she was always worried about clients and this and that. And she came in, and Donna, I've known her forever, so she came into the group, and not only did she gain clients out of it, in no time at all, she opened up a studio. She had her own studio going. Then in no time at all, she's doing these boot camps and canal walks, and she just exploded. So BNI definitely will enhance your business. It's certainly not going to hinder your business in any way, shape,
not
or
gonna
form.
hinder it at all. No.
So I guess the reason we're talking about BNI right now is if anybody's out there watching with their business that wants a very good way to increase their business. When we go into the room and there's 25 members in our BNI chapter, we have 28 right now, I believe 29 right now.
Yep.
I look at them as I have 28, counting myself, I have 28 salesmen who I'm going to sit down in front of, and I'm going to take a 60-second portion of my morning and explain to them who I am, what I do, and what a good referral would be for me that day. So let's just say we're coming into the fall right now. So I'm going to be pushing gutter cleaning right now. A lot of people don't think about gutter cleaning. So I'm going to come into the room and I'm going to say, hey, I'm Jeff Cohen of One Stop Painting. A good referral for me this week would be gutter cleaning. Who do you know that has a home that needs their gutters cleaned? And everybody's going to put their little thinking caps on. Might be their home that needs the gutters cleaned. Might be their neighbors. Or they could have been at a friend's house and they, talked about trees growing out of their gutters. And, you just don't know where the referrals are going to come from. But you plant the seed. You let them know what you're looking for. And then for the rest of the week, they're just going to walk around. And if they bump into somebody who mentions gutters, boom. That's going to trigger the memory that, hey, didn't Jeff just say he's looking for gutter cleaning? And that's a referral. They bring it to me and they say, hey, can you call my neighbor needs gutters cleaned, or my friend, or my brother? And that's kind of how it works. Bill might come in and say, I just picked up the most incredible line of cabinetry. You're not going to believe it. It's gorgeous. It's teak. It's this. It's that. And then I could be out right now, and one of my friends goes, I hate my kitchen. I just want something. And I go, you know what? My buddy's got this brand new line of cabinetry. Or health insurance. Scott does my company's health insurance. A good company doesn't need the government to tell him that he should provide health insurance to his employees. So we've had health insurance long before the government mandated we should have health insurance. And Scott has been doing my health insurance for the last few years, and he's phenomenal. He'll come into my office, and instead of just saying, hey, it's time to renew, sign this, and walks out the door, he'll come in with a whole spreadsheet. Hey, you know what? This is what your company's doing right now. We carry Tufts, so you've got these different levels of Tufts, but let's compare them now. Over here, you've got Blue Cross Blue Shield, and he'll give me 5 different companies all broken down. Here's where you're at. Here's what they are compared to this. This is more money, but you're going to get that. And it's like a menu, and he gives me options to choose from. And he goes out of his way. If we have a problem or if we want to sign somebody up and there's an issue, boom, he's just all over it. I mean, and once I realized how good he is and not only passionate but knowledgeable, it's in my best interest to tell all my friends, if you got health insurance, if you're thinking about it, you need to call this guy. He's insane. He knows his business so good. He'll save you money. He'll get you the best policies. He'll keep an eye on them. It's not like he's just going to come in and, hey, sign this paper, I'll see you next year. No, it's not like that at all. So, and that's what happens when you're in BNI. You get to know these people on a much more intimate level, and you know who's good and you know who's not good. And so if you're a small business and you're thinking about joining a BNI group, they're phenomenal. There's a lot of things you should be doing if you're a new business. Anybody that starts a new business in this economy, the economy's gotten a lot better, but it's not as easy as it was. When we all started our businesses, it was a lot simpler back then. There is so much to do right now. BNI will help you with all that too. When you join the group, you can talk to the other people. Hey, how do you guys do this? How do you guys do that?
Got another call.
Hey, we got another phone call. So I'll hold that thought. Remind me of what I was talking about. Okay, you're live.
Hey, how are you guys?
Hey, what's up, Dave Gallerani? How you doing?
Great job, except you said I was a carpenter, I think.
He did say something. Yeah, no, he said a carpenter if you needed a carpenter to join your group.
Yeah, to join your
There
group.
you go.
Yeah.
All right.
No, we all know that you do the most incredible body
I know
work.
we can hack it up sometimes, but
Another one of our sponsors here.
Yeah, and
Cape
he's
Auto
done
Body.
he just did my truck over. It got hit by somebody in
I know
Colony
we
Place.
did.
You did a great job on it. Excellent.
And that's all how it goes around, because we all know each other, we all use each other, we refer people back and forth. You're doing a great job explaining the BNI thing to people.
Excellent.
And know that
I've been doing it 13 years. I don't know. It doesn't matter how many years. And you get what you put into it,
right?
And you get the accountability, and the accountability is huge. And you guys are everywhere. Jeff's got the foundation. He's always doing stuff, getting stuff back.
We'll get to that.
Bill, I see you at the chamber meetings. I get the WATD ads. I listen to, and you might tell me that you haven't been on there, but I heard you for so many years that I still think you're on there.
Branding. That's the one thing we got to get up
Right.
of BNI branding. Yeah.
Scott's like dad of the year. He's out there with how many kids? 5 kids?
5 kids.
5 kids, beautiful wife. Now you put her to work. Trying to make the next million so you can put your kids through college, I'm sure. And you guys all, and Kevin's in our BNI group. Kevin O'Keefe,
Yep.
who works with you, and he does a great job. And he's fit right in, and he's right on it. So.
Actually, Dave, if you mind staying on for a minute, I had an old friend who used to work for me back in the 90s. He joined Brabo Benefits in April of this year. The very first thing I had him do was go to Dave's group and join the BNI, and I think it's been a home run for Kevin O'Keefe, who's my partner at Brabo Benefits. And
Yeah, he does a great job.
And one of the first things he did, and it's been a home run for him. He signed up with some business coaching from Will Shane in the group, and Kevin actually owns a number of rental properties here in town. So it's been a great thing for him having all these guys available that are accountable to him every Wednesday morning. He can no longer be told that we're not calling you back because they know they're going to see him. Actually, it's Tuesday morning. Tuesday morning at 7, Dave, is that correct?
Yeah, Tuesday morning, 7:30. Yeah, we've had a good group. You guys have a good group. My son Kevin's in a group. They have a good group. And we do business with all of them. It's great, but you're right. The accountability is huge because, if you send somebody in another BNI group, you're going to get somebody that's been vetted to a certain degree. And, you just don't want to. I referred somebody recently to a friend of mine that was a landscaper. And the guy called me up and thanked me and said, thank you so much. The guy did a great job, and the price was reasonable, and all that jazz. So it's all good. You guys doing a great job explaining it. So I'll let you go back to your show. And
thank you very much.
Thanks, Dave, for calling.
Thanks, Dave. Now, Dave, are you president in your chapter right now?
No, who's president? Rick Clarice. He's a sleep therapist.
A sleep therapist, really?
Yeah, so you put him to sleep this week. No, he's great. Does a great job.
Growing business.
And you guys meet at the Loring building?
And the what's it called? The Loring Center.
The Loring Center in North Plymouth.
Next to the Zion Lutheran Church out in North Plymouth. So
Across from Cottage Park, right?
Across from Cottage Park.
Yeah, we'll take any cast-offs. If you get too many people in your group, send them over to us.
We haven't had that problem yet.
We haven't had that problem.
Hopefully, we all have that problem with the economy cranking the way it is.
Yeah. But honestly, if that could be kind of a point that Dave's bringing up, he has a sleep therapist that's joined the business. I go to a number of networking events. In almost every networking event, I recommend people to come visit my BNI.
Right.
And try and make it down for one Wednesday morning. And the number one objection I get is either I don't have time or I don't think it would work for my business.
And I fall asleep all the time. I think that's a great idea.
What I'm telling you is the business works. In our group, these are some of the other industries that have succeeded in BNI that we don't currently have at East Coast Connectors that we'd love to have. Business coach, an HR specialist, a PR firm, a mechanic. We don't have Cape Auto Body.
Dave, hang on there. Yeah, we don't have Cape Auto Body.
Yeah,
we don't have Cape Auto Body, do we?
We did. We had Kathy.
We used to have Kathy Shabs. Office supply pace for the trades group, civil engineer, an excavator, tiling, roofs, solar person, somebody does signs and awnings, which we used to have. Somebody does alarms, a florist, limousine service, wedding planner, photographer. These are all groups. These are all professions that would succeed, have proven to succeed in other BNIs that we're missing. Every one of these other 4 groups that you see here in Plymouth and Kingston, they all have gaps that they don't have
Dave,
as well.
Are you on still? Okay. Yeah, I was going to ask you what you had for gaps in your group, because we all have gaps that we'd all like to fill, because the stronger the group is, the stronger everybody is. Right. So we want full groups. We'd like 50 people in our group. I think that would be, that's a
we don't only have small
number.
Businesses too. Remember, I invited Panera Bread today, and they're going to join. So that's something in there. Panera Bread that's in Boston, Plymouth and Exit 5.
We have Steve Tomasi in there.
Tomasi, AJ Tomasi. We have some big companies.
We have some good companies in there.
And Steve Tomasi did a great job.
Marty's Buick.
Marty's Buick, GMC, Isuzu.
But you also talk about when you invited Eric to join the group. Somebody that you've done business with over the years.
I've been doing business with Eric. I started with his father. His father and my father used to do business together. And then Eric, I met 15 years ago again at a chamber meeting. And I brought him in, and he was reluctant. He said, I'm not going to get business, I'm not going to business. He slams it.
It's because he's good at what he does. And he has an office, if we can mention it, Viking Floors, Eric Lovestad from Carver, with Viking Floors. He has...
And they are Scandinavian and Defense.
Middleborough.
I'm sorry, Middleborough. Sorry. He has a passion for flooring. And I know we did a remote meeting at the Redbrook new facility down in South Plymouth. And he walks in the room, and it was commenting on the flooring that
Him
they
and
had.
I were talking about the reclaimed oak.
Reclaimed
we
oak.
both, looking at it going, and I don't think anybody knew what it was. We knew what it was right away. And he's
I would have had the same reaction meeting Tom Brady as he did to this oak.
Yes,
he was like, look at this reclaimed oak. I'm like, Eric, I need to get a bagel here.
Thank God they let Brady play. Can you imagine if Brady didn't play? We would have been all pissed. He was the MVP of the month for offensive MVP of the month.
He's even better now. He's pissed off.
We could get rid of Goodell, though. We really got. We need a new commissioner. We got to do something about
Let's
this
talk
Goodell
to the town
character.
next week, right?
Yeah. Goodell would not make it. BNI would not allow Goodell in.
No, he wouldn't.
Goodell speak with forked tongue. He wouldn't pass muster with us.
One thing that Dave Gallerani did mention is that our fearless leader at the East Coast Connectors, Jeff Cohen, is the president of the Jeff Cohen Charitable Foundation.
Yes, we got to
talk about that. A quarter of the year does not go by without a Jeff Cohen event.
Yes.
And the next event is coming up on October 24th at the Radisson, which we will be there. Last year, I got my wife to dress up as a sexy Robin. I was Batman to her sexy Robin, so that was a great night for me.
Should I say
that's right. Yeah, exactly.
What I was last year?
That's what my beautiful bride was.
No, you know what? I've had people get married at my parties. All right, this is the 19th Halloween party I've done. 19. That's a lot of Halloween parties.
It is.
There actually would have been more. There was a span of about 5 years where I wasn't doing these parties, so there should have been a lot more of them. Okay, so Ken's going to move the camera over to get this banner. And basically, these Halloween parties started for lack of me having a good Halloween party to go to back in the day. They weren't benefits. They were just parties. Pardon? Tilt it back. How's that?
All right, tilt forward.
Tilt forward. Before the advent of social media, I just had my mouth. And we would have 100, 200 people at my Halloween parties back in the day. They were at the Legion, they were at the 1620. They just bounced around to different places around town.
Last year, wasn't there?
No, the biggest we've had was 700.
I thought it was 900.
We've had them at Memorial Hall. We're at the Radisson this year, October 24th, if you can see the date. Tickets are $15, and you can purchase them right now online. If you go to thejccfoundation.org, you can purchase the tickets right there. The tickets will be sold.
501c3?
We're a legit 501c3. I have a website, thejccfoundation.org. You can go there as well, for your tickets and just to read about what we do. So the Halloween party has morphed into a benefit of the last few years, and basically I pick a family around town that suffered a loss. I don't always know the family, but more often than not, I will know the family. This year it's going to the family of Jeff Cohen, who was a phenomenal builder, great guy, salt of the earth. I'll go on and about Jeff because I've known Jeff for a long time, and that's actually how I met Eric when we were doing Houses for GodsCon back in the day. They were the first very large builder we landed, and to watch Jeff work. They would put up 50 houses a year, him and his brothers, and it was seamless. I mean, just flawless. And so what we do at the Halloween party is we'll sell sponsorships for the T-shirts. Here, hold up a T-shirt. All right, put the sign down. All right, we'll put the sign down. So we sell sponsorships, and the tickets are very inexpensive. It's only $15.
Hold the T-shirt in the same place.
In front of your face.
So this is one of the T-shirts from a few years ago, and we sell the sponsorships on the back. The main sponsors go on to the front, and these shirts glow in the dark. The designs change yearly. Whoop. We're going to hold up this one. This is a woman's cut. This is a woman's T-shirt right here. And if anybody wants to call up and sponsor, I'll give out a couple of T-shirts tonight. The lowest entry-level sponsorship is the $125 gets you onto the T-shirt. $250, I call it the purple level, gets you a pair of tickets, it gets you on the T-shirt, and it gets you additional advertising. And it goes up incrementally. $500 is my gold level. $500 gets you a corporate table or a table of your friends. Let's not call it corporate. Let's just call it, you can take 8 of your friends to the event. You're guaranteed a table, chairs. I'll put your name up there if you want to dedicate your table to somebody. If you have a business or a friend has a business at the table, we'll put your name on the table. The sponsors are on the back of the shirt as well. And we get Cabby on the sleeve. Cabby was the main sponsor for this one. And we've had Carmela's, Mamma Mia's. This year's sponsors, the main sponsor this year is Kevin Hood Remodeling, local building company around town. Thank you so much, Kevin. My second level sponsor is Sal Pastore, who owns Pastore Concrete Forms. And Sal Pastore did an awful lot of work with Jeff back in the day. Oh, currently too. Jeff and Sal did a lot of work together. And these Halloween flyers are going to be up in all the stores. If you'd like to come to I'm biased, so I'm going to call it the best Halloween party around. But it's a great Halloween party. There's a band called Shattered. I've grown up with Barry and Carver. Barry legitimately has toured the world with a Metallica tribute band called Battery. He flies to music festivals all over the world with a couple of his other bands. DJ Gene Dupree. I went to high school with Gene. Gene has been so far ahead of the musical curve. I'm just starting to like some of the music he's been listening to 20, 30 years ago, and I crack up when I discover a band that he's been listening to forever, because everybody knows I'm pigeonholed. I like my 80s rock, and I'm very focused on my 80s rock. But I do come out on my shell every now and again, and I'll listen to some other stuff. So we get DJ Gene, we get the band. They shift every 45 minutes. We have a silent auction, we have raffles, we have giveaways, we have trivia, costume contest. Some of my other sponsors, let's just go through my list of sponsors here. Some of my other sponsors are, we have Kevin Hood Remodeling, number 1 spot. Sal Pastore at the number 2 spot. We have at the gold level, Mamma Mia's, Jeff Sable of Sable Public Adjusters. My friend Stan Bowers took a table. Charisma Hair Salon in Buzzards Bay. Aroma Tavern and Grill and Manomet, and they will also be selling tickets in the very near future. Dream Kitchens, Bill Reed over here. AKJ Auto Sales, Ken Healy comes every year, donates Red Sox tickets to the auction every year. Went to high school with Ken. A lot of these people I've known all my life.
Phone number number to buy tickets from you, Jeff.
The phone number to buy tickets, my cell phone number, which is very easily available, is 508-317-9844. I'm on Facebook under Jeff Cohen on Facebook with my phone number listed there. You can get me through One Stop Painting if you want to call the One Stop Painting office. You can go to my website, thejccfoundation.org. Phone numbers are on there as well, so I'm very easy to reach. Jody Prifty at the Full Sail is a Purple sponsor, and she'll be selling tickets downtown. The Clean Team is a gold sponsor. Hargrave McCarthy CPA, my CPA. Josh Koenig at Koenig Family Chiropractor, which actually means now, don't we have a chiropractor in our BNI group? Brian. Josh is a big sponsor. We have the Full Sail, As You Like It Cleaning. Thank you very much, Lisa.
Lisa just cleaned our house yesterday. She's going down to the school this week.
Oh,
Another
I get her
connection
to
through
my house.
BNI.
You know what? I meant to get her to my house. I was supposed to call her.
I got Bob Berry Modeling and Plymouth Sales Realty. Plymouth Sales Realty is owned by Adrian White. Adrian's family owned the 1620 restaurant where I actually had my very first Halloween party. They gave me the upstairs lounge at the 1620 restaurant. Sister Cheryl made their debut performance at my Halloween party that year. That was the first show they played live. And it's just amazing watching these Halloween parties, people getting married, having families, children over the years. So I'll wrap up on this. I don't know how much time we got. We're going to get back to BNI. We got 10 more minutes. So if you would like to purchase tickets, reach me. DJ Gene will be downtown with tickets. If you follow DJ Gene, he is also on Facebook as well. Find where he's playing, and he will have tickets on him. Tickets were just printed. I'm picking them up tomorrow morning. So I have some tickets on me right now, but I'm picking up the bulk of my tickets tomorrow. Or you can buy them online right now. I'm looking for sponsors. I'm looking for auction items, silent auction items, $50 values above, sporting event tickets, anything at all. Hey, Scott, why don't you read off some of the sponsors I've had in the past on here?
To bring things back to BNI, I am going through this. I would say that over 2/3 of the people on the back of this sheet, the shirt, are members of BNI, not necessarily the East Coast Connectors where the three of us belong, but Mamma Mia's, you see, Above the Norm, We Print Today, Kitchens and More.
Tiny and Sons, Plymouth
Tiny
Rehab,
and Sons,
United
Remax,
Way,
Cape Auto,
Mr. Appliance, McCarthy Towne,
Clean Team. So once again,
Nicholson Auto Body.
if you want to be part of businesses
Healthy
that are committed
Vibes.
to growing in Massachusetts and specifically Plymouth, Massachusetts,
Krishati.
you can't do better than
Pex
committing
Flooring.
every morning,
Mount Pleasant
one day a
Plumbing,
week,
Todd.
whether it's Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday.
Choosing Our Custom Concrete,
And
Designs Unique.
if you're going to tell me
Sherry's
that
Berries.
you don't have time
He likes to talk
on
over everybody.
Tuesday from 7 to 8:30 in the morning to join Dave Gallerani from Cape Auto Body, you're crazy. If you don't have time on Wednesday mornings from 7:30 to 9 o'clock to join East Coast Connectors, where you get to meet with AJ Tomasi and
Wiring Solutions.
Jeff Cohen,
John
and
Bonwit
myself.
sponsor me.
Thursday morning. Which one's Thursday? Thursday
Dominic's,
is
the cleanest.
You got to know too.
Thursday's
that. You got
Kingston.
to tell these people.
Thursday's
too,
Kingston.
that
Tom
it's not
Plumbing.
just that, just not
Weymouth
Plymouth.
Savings Bank.
Right.
We will find. I'm going. Panera Bread is an example.
Nexotech.
Panera Bread's in different towns,
Bulldog
so I'm going to set
Sanitation.
them up in Plymouth with
Four
ours.
Paws Pet Boutique.
In Hanover, I'm going to set them up with another BNI.
Integrity
so,
Financial.
and I'm going to help them with that, and that's what we
Cape
do.
Cod Nutrition,
but he's
Mike
gonna
Craven.
keep on talking. He's got to.
Molly's Realty Group. No, keep going. I'll just keep talking.
No, we're
Plymouth
fine.
Village
Right.
Realtors.
Once again, for the social services agencies out there,
Plymouth Rock Racing.
last year, one of the things that we thought was neat, and actually I ended up with
Eddie
one of the
Ann's
kids
Stores.
at our house. What were those kids? They
Automated business forms. Norm, I need
they
new
sang,
checks.
they went around
I need these check
the
registers.
world.
Call me and sponsor
Oh
me.
yeah, what were those guys? They came
They
in
ended up
for
at our house.
visitors. Then
they
yeah,
were at the
what
Super
were
Bowl
they?
one time.
Davio's.
Oh my God! I
My
forget
good
their
friend
names.
Eric at Davio's.
Forget their names. We'll remember. it
Jeff,
after
what was the
done.
charity?
It's
The
donating
musical
something
group that
very
travels.
nice.
The charity,
musical group
the charity
that travels.
musical group that was in our.
I got one of the kids at our house.
Group.
They came to Rotary. They came
Oh,
to.
I forgot. I forgot the name of that musical group.
If you're a charity and you have a big event coming up, last year we had a few women from the Jordan Foundation come to our group when they were having their big
Hope
gala,
Fest.
when they're having Hope Fest. If you're having a big event coming up, you can do the rounds at Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday morning at each of the BNI groups here in Plymouth, and you're going to hit 150 of the top business people here in Plymouth. And I'm telling you, it is worth your time to get up early.
Well worth your time.
Go in
Well
the
worth.
Loring Center
Well worth.
on Tuesday morning. Go to ours on Wednesday. Go to the Chamber the next Tuesday.
Pine
go
Hills
to
on
Kingston,
Thursdays.
Pine Hills on Thursdays. The Beale House the next Thursday.
Is it
up in
Thursdays?
Kingston.
No, Kingston's Thursday.
I think there's 3 Tuesdays and then
Tuesdays. They're
yeah.
Tuesday. I'm sorry. Pine Hills is Tuesday.
So it'll take a couple weeks, but if you've got a big fundraising event, there are committed
And-
people in town, and I promise you,
And Pine
every
Hills-
time I get invited to something, I buy a golf sign. I'll buy the sponsorships to
Right.
Jeff's events. I buy
Yep.
these are things where I like having my logo out there as well. And I know there's 150 other businesses that might
I
want to
actually
join.
got a
These
us.
kitchen
t-shirts
from,
are
I got
everywhere.
a kitchen from the Halloween party last year.
If you went,
I
did
got
you
a
really?
kitchen. Yeah, I got a
See?
kitchen. I
You
forget.
got a kitchen out of the
I got a
Halloween
kitchen
party
out of the
last year.
Halloween party, so-
And if you went to the July 4th parade this year, we had extra shirts, as you can see right here. We passed out 400 shirts total at the 4th of July parade this year. 400 free t-shirts between my 80s event, leftover Halloween shirts, and some of my corporate sponsors gave me their t-shirts. And we were firing t-shirts off the whole parade route. So this is the gift that keeps on giving. It'll be on my website for the rest of the year. So you'll definitely get a lot of plugs out of donating or sponsoring or doing anything.
And Jeff Cohen also Facebooks a lot, and he only has
I
about
do Facebook a
4,000
lot.
friends on Facebook. So
Well,
he
this
will
is,
definitely-
this is a lot of work, though. This is a volunteer committee.
of
We don't
work.
get paid for this. Why do I do this? I do this because I'm a nut. I
No, you do it because you care. You got a big heart. You're one of the
you know,
you're one of the
it's
best
what you're supposed to
people
do.
with a
It's
big
just,
heart.
you know what?
It
It's just
is.
what you're
It
supposed
is.
to do. If you're a business,
successful,
and we'll teach you that too. If you're a business or a small company, it's your obligation to give back to the community that's created you, because I wouldn't be here without people in the community hiring me. If nobody hired me, I'm sitting home watching cartoons or I'm doing something else. So it's your responsibility as a company to give back to the community that you're from, which is why I tend to gyrate towards companies that are charitable in the community as well. Cabby Shack, I mean, he does so much. I mean, everybody knows Cabby. Cabby does so much around town. Kevin Hood is the first one to whip out his checkbook if there's hockey or kids or baseball. I mean, look at what Sal's doing. Sal's my second tier sponsor, my second sponsor. I mean, so many companies in this town that are just so caring and giving. Not to mention the fact that the Halloween costume party is just going to be absolutely incredible. It's October 24th at the Radisson Hotel, and there are rooms available. The hotel itself is sold out for the weekend, but if you mention the Jeff Cohen party, there is a room block right now, but they're going very fast. What else am I missing?
Really, like once again, I think in addition to this party, what you get if you show up every week at a BNI, one of the things we do at the end is we ask where everybody else is going. What else are they doing to network and build
Additional
their
networking,
businesses?
yep.
Everything, and everybody
Events,
has these fun
parties,
ideas.
benefits.
And I tell you, we end up at golf tournaments together. I can't tell you how many times I've beaten Dave Gallerani at a golf tournament.
He's going to call
that
it
he
again.
showed-
Say no, you're
that
lying.
he's shown up at. Or you just hear that, okay, there are Keith Demetric and Dave Gallerani are meeting down at the Anna's Harborside Grill at the end of the afternoon at 4:30.
Yeah, they'd look good on the shirts, wouldn't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
They would look good on the shirts.
Once again,
Rose and Vicky's
this
is
is
a
a
sponsor.
great
Rose
way
and
to
Vicky's came on.
grow. That's right. This is a great way to grow your
BNI
business.
is a great, it's a very inexpensive form of advertising where you're going to have that group of sales, your
Boston
biggest,
Sports
largest
Desk.
sales force that's going to
Boston
help
Sports
you
Desk is
build
a
your
sponsor?
business. Right.
Where's my list? I got a DJ. John Goslin got me he got a nationally acclaimed DJ.
If you can't get in touch with
DJ,
Jeff, you can
what is
always
his
get in
name?
touch with one of us too for his Halloween party too. I am trying to push with all my business clients to try to match or beat what I sponsored. I am asking all my business clients, friends, and associates out there, match or beat what I have what I
DJ Art
$500
Beats is a
sponsor
sponsor.
that
I don't know
So,
DJ Art
he's
Beats,
just
but I'm
gonna
going to
keep
meet
on
this
talking.
guy. I am going to meet DJ Art Beats at my event.
Let's give this family a very, very, very nice gift.
Elixir Confections.
This
I met
Christmas.
them. I met them here, and he came down and he was kind enough to give me a t-shirt sponsor. I met him here
That's nice.
a week or so ago, and I just and that's how you make connections. Bob Burr Remodeling, Rose and Vicky's. I'm trying to make sure that I named everybody earlier. AKJ Auto, Charisma, Sable, Mamma Mia's. Yeah, I get everybody. But there's so much room for more. I mean, look at these t-shirts. I don't have a full t-shirt like this yet, so that means that the sponsorship check to the family is going to be a little bit less than it could be. So if you guys all come on the back of these t-shirts,
Let's make this
the check gets
sponsor.
bigger
Let's
and
make
bigger
this
and
the
bigger.
biggest check ever.
More sponsors,
come on.
more check.
Very-
Everybody that helps
be
set this
nice.
party up, we're 100% volunteer. We don't get paid for this. We meet every week, and it's a lot of fun. The party's a lot of fun. So if you can't come, try and donate. We'll take anything for a silent auction. We'll take anything. Anything you have at all. If it's something small, we'll maybe pair it together with something else. And if you're interested in BNI, you can come talk to me about the Halloween party. We're meeting again next Wednesday. We meet Wednesdays. Yes, we
Wednesday
meet
at
Wednesdays.
7:30 in Hampton Inn.
Yep, right around the corner.
Right around the corner from here, exit 7.
And we have coffee and we have pastries and fruit.
And hopefully we will have
and you'll
Panera
have
Bread
Bill
catering
telling
again.
funny stories.
I will tell some funny stories for you.
And I'll be there. I might be a few minutes late, but I'm there.
Yeah, he's usually 45 minutes late. Don't worry about
5
it.
minutes late. Just a couple of minutes late. You know? like I'm always, Ken loves when I do the show because I'm usually here a good half an hour early anyways.
I'll show you out.
Bye. Thank you very much for watching.
Thanks for
and
listening.
thank you to our sponsors.
Cape Auto Body, Brewster PC Solutions, One Stop Painting. Great job, everybody.
Y'all come back now, you hear?